Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And it is time to take on Zoma. Last time we moved around some equipment and stuff. So if you want to see our equipment setups, check out the previous video. But we are going to warp right to Zoma. Walk down this hallway. It doesn't seem like there's any normal encounters here.
Still, you cling pathetically to life. It seems only right that I should have the joy of dealing the killing blow myself. Now come, show me how beautifully you die.
Oh my, does that indicate he's going to use ice spells on us? Well, the first thing we need to do in this battle before anything else is use the Sphere of Light. Otherwise, you're probably not going to beat him. Let's start you off with Sage's Stone. Genki, get on the wild side. And Doc, let's get Magic Barrier up first. Yeah, if you don't use the Sphere of Light...
So, you have learned how to overcome the wards of sorcery that protect me.
Zoma would be so defensive you would hardly be able to damage him with anything.
It matters not. Come, dash yourselves on the unfeeling shoals of my might.
Oh, that just reset battle, essentially. Okay. Let's see what Kazap does. And I guess we'll just stick with everything we were going to do. $463 damage, that's awesome. Freezing Blizzard. Okay, so he does use ice. So if we don't beat him, I'm gonna put ice-resistant earrings on everybody. Do I even have those? Monster Pylon. We do need to insulate, but we need a full heal going on Genki. Like right now. Please don't kill Genki. Ripple of Disruption. Oh, so that gets rid of all our buffs. That was one thing I was afraid of. Yeah, see how Genki only had one attack there. Alright, well, he's not regenerating health. So I think instead of trying to constantly put on Wild Side, we're just not going to do that. And we're just going to go for the Monster Pylons. I will, however, just because of how much damage his Freezing Breath was doing, I will try to keep Insulate on. Or his Freezing Blizzard. That is a breath attack, right? Okay, we gotta heal up Tau. Could crack. Yeah, we definitely need ice protection here. Oh, Tau's dead.
Time to heal.
Because all this is a bunch of ice attacks so far. Dazzle, that doesn't do anything. Bounce is bad. Okay, so while he has that going on... Lodo, just heal yourself. Let's see what Oomph Powder can do. Genki, Monster Pylon, Doc. Let's heal up Genki. Double Crackle. That is brutal. Oh, there goes Genki. Freezing Blizzard. Dazzle doesn't do anything to... well, it does to Lodo. So Oomph Powder... his normal attack would probably do like 90-ish damage, so Oomph Powder is only doing a little bit more. Let's just get a double multi-heal going on here. Oh, Tao's dead.
Time to heal.
Bounce wore off. Then... Kazap. Let's bring back Tau. Okay, good, that doesn't do anything. Because we didn't have any buffs on. Ooh. Zoma is starting to get low. Let's just keep up the healing.
Time to heal.
Good, we got that healing in before Zoma's turn. I'm glad we got the
Just a moment.
Kazap in before Zoma's turn. Okay, but now that he's... Lodo's dazzled. I don't know what you should do. I guess we'll just try attacking. I know what you should do. Man, I want to go for Wild Side. But I also don't want it to be wasted when he does his dispelling. Let's just keep everybody healed. Oh, nice. You got an attack in. I say that because he's dazzled. Oh, he's low on health. Am I going to get this first try, even without the ice resistance? I will admit, putting ice resistance on our characters was a thought that crossed my mind. There's no telling what he's going to do. Let's just multi-heal. I don't know if he's going to use his Freezing Blizzard or Crackle, or both.
This ought to help. Time to heal.
His bounce effect is still on. Wait, what does King's Sword do? Let's do that. I almost just want to full heal Genki. But we'll just keep multi-healing. Okay. I'm good with that. Hopefully that's all for his turn. Yes, it is. Our health is good. Zoma can't be far from being dead. What do you think, Tao? You want to go for multi-fist? Punch him in the face? Zoma focuses as hard as he can. That's scary. That is definitely scary. We need to kill him now. Ooh, nice critical hit. We didn't kill him, and he still has that bounce on. He's going to hit us really hard this turn. So let's just prepare for healing. Ow. Took a cold breath? Oh. Okay, bounce is off, which means Kazap is on. Okay, bring back Genki, because he's our main damage dealer here. I didn't finish him. Stop with these desperate attacks. That's going to kill Lodo. Seriously, I can't keep up with this. And these desperate attacks. Okay, he also uses Kaswoosh, but that was the first time we saw him do that. Not going to rematch. Because we need the earrings that reduce ice damage. In fact, that might be all we need. How many... Oh, he needs the meteorite bracer. Anti-freeze earrings. We have one. Wait, how are you not... Whatever. Yeah, we don't need these banishing bells or asbestos earrings. What we gotta do is we gotta go find those aerofoil... Not aerofoil. I know they were sold in several different places. Where they sold at All Trades Abbey. I feel like that was the first place we found them. At least I thought there was a merchant here. You don't look like a merchant. Okay, well, let's try some other place. Where else would have those? Would it be at Myrrh? Haha. Anti-freeze earrings. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna do that. If all he wants to do is ice attacks, we're going to severely resist ice. No, not the rousing ring. Man, we had him close, too. Alright, there we go. Let's drop a save before we head back and try this again. Alright, we'll head back down. And let's see how we fare on attempt number 2.
Still, you cling pathetically to life. It seems only right that I should have the joy of dealing the killing blow myself. Now come, show me how beautifully you die.
Alright, so just like before, start things off with the Sphere of Light. Everybody else, it doesn't really matter what you do.
So, you have learned how to overcome. It matters.
Yeah, we've heard you before. Alright. Let's Kazap. We're still gonna Sage's Stone and multi-heal. Should I try and get Wildside going? It could be helpful. And Doc. Let's get a Magic Barrier going. Oh, yeah, look at that. That hardly does anything. So it's really just his physical attacks, and we can't really do much about that. I'm fine if you want to attack, Zoma. Just... Oh, that was pathetic damage from Kakrackle. Just please don't attack Tau. That's all I ask. We'll just keep healing. Keep doing your stuff. Let's just go for a full heal on Tao, since he wants to pick on Tao. Like I said, he's picking on Tao.
This ought to help.
There's Crackle again. That doesn't do much. Freezing Blizzard, that doesn't do much. Yeah, bring it on. Alright, Wild Side wore off. Let's put it back on. And this is why I'm putting it on now, because I'm glad we got the Kazap off.
Just a moment.
Alright, Zoma's in the yellow. Let's see how good Lightning Slash does. Tau... I guess you just keep doing that. Not this turn. Let's put some Oomph Powder on Lodo. 140, that's not bad. Genki's taking the most from the ice attacks.
Just a moment. It's time.
Wow, Doc, you can actually go on the offense here. I guess. And I guess the Genki's Wild Side is kind of worth using. Oh, he disrupted that. Crackle. It's his physical attacks we kind of got to watch out for. Oh, that didn't do bad damage either. Okay, Zoma's in the red zone, which means I'm expecting him to super focus his magic here soon. Let's do another Wild Side. But because of that, I'm going to put a magic barrier up. We're going to try and keep that up.
Just a moment. Magic barrier.
Zoma's bounce is gone, which means we can Kazap again. Just keep healing. I wonder if this will finish him. Nope, not yet. Oh, the disruption. There's his focus. This is bad. Alright, Kazap. You heal. I'm just going to do regular monster pylons at this point. We have to have magic barrier up. Because this is going to hurt. Ouch. That also hurts. Super cold breath. Oh, Lodo. That was a rough turn. Since Lodo's Omni healing, let's Kaswoosh. Super cold breath. There's Crackle. Stop with your desperate attacks. We got him! That was Dr. Novocaine with the killing blow.
You have done well to defeat me. But whilst there is light, so too must there be darkness. I see that which is to come. Another shall rise and take my place. The omens are already there. Open your eyes. And when he comes, you will be powerless to protect your craven kind, for you will be long dead.
But there will be new heroes that rise up. Oh, Zoma's castle's crumbling. Uh-oh. Quick, use the zoom spell. No, we got shot out in this cave. Escape from the cave. And I can't... Okay, well I guess there's more to this game. And we have to escape this cave. I cannot zoom. We've been here before, the Talontear Tunnel. Are we gonna run into battles? We're running into earthquakes. Well, that was a close one. Okay, so no enemies here, so that's a good thing. I thought we were going to have enemies here when it said we had to escape the cave. And the sun shines in Alefgard, which has probably been a long time coming for these people. A giant door slamming shut. Story objectives have been updated. Report to the King of Tantagel. I can only zoom to places in Alefgard. Okay, well, let's go report to the king and see what's going on here. What did the people say? Hooray, they're all happy.
Silence in the royal chamber!
No, I will not be silenced.
News of thy deeds hath reached us, and we have eagerly awaited thy coming. Thou hast done well indeed in smiting dread Zoma, lord of the underworld. That thou art returned to us unharmed is a gift for which we give thanks unto the Almighty. Morning hath broken on our kingdom at last, and all is thanks to thine earnest efforts. Though it seemeth that dread Zoma's demise hath sealed the doorway between our realm and thine own.
Ah, so we're stuck here.
Alefgard must now take its first steps as a world in its own right. It must emerge, blinking into the dawn of its becoming. All is thanks to thee and thy companions. Thou art a hero without equal. I do hereby bestow upon thee our kingdom's highest honor, the title of Erdrick, which meaneth dwelling land in the ancient tongue, a name befitting the land's chosen hero.
Why, thank you.
Thou shalt be known to all. The story of Erdrick's deeds shall take its place amongst the legends of our realm, and shall ring down through the ages.
Now we're going to play some more classic Dragon Quest music. So the townspeople like talking to us. And so, Lodo, savior of Alefgard, passed into the legend of that realm as Erdrick, hero of the land. But when the celebrations finally died down, our hero was nowhere to be seen. He left only a sword, a suit of armor, a shield, and an amulet behind. These became great treasures of the kingdom. Erdrick's sword, armor, shield, and mark, as the sacred amulet came to be known, were handed down through the ages. I don't know if that really said through the ages. Thus were the seeds of salvation sown. Alright, well, I guess then I'll just attach this video to the previous one, because this is only going to be not super long. We got the credits now, which is going to mean a couple of things. There is a post-game to this. However, I looked into what the post-game entails, and it entails a whole bunch of level grinding. Level grinding and reclassing, and it's just, that's not my cup of tea. So I'm going to be skipping on the post game for this game. So so my review, however, is only going to cover the main game. So overall, I do like the quality of life improvements that this game had in the series, especially the warps in Zoma and Baramos' castles. Those were probably my favorite of the changes. I liked the introduction of some of the new boss battles. I liked the new class, the Monster Wrangler. Yeah, just adventuring around the world, typical RPG stuff. Let's get into some of the things that I didn't care as much for. It felt like there were very few good strategies for boss fights and damage dealing. Tao, the martial artist who's supposed to be good at, fighting, ends up not being that good. Look at what we did with him in the Zoma battle. We used him as a healer, because his damage output just wasn't very good compared to bosses' health and defenses. Our best attacks were that monster pylon and, of course, the Kazap from our hero. Other things that kind of annoyed me was the encounter rate in this game. Now, I'm not normally one to complain about the encounter rate in RPGs, but this game, it felt like you're guaranteed an encounter every 8 to 12 steps. And so you didn't really get long stretches without having encounters, as you sometimes do in RPGs. And it just felt very unnatural. Also, the world has gotten a lot bigger to explore, at least it feels that way. And so I feel like a third of our game time was just exploring the overworld and going from town to town, because there was just so many battles in between all of that. And so in that regard, I'm not as big of a fan. I don't know, the game is still pretty good overall. And I don't want to harp on the negatives too much. It's just some things, especially as the game goes on, just feels a little grindy. Like, it takes a long time to level up. Although I guess we didn't really... I never really needed to stop and level grind to get past any of the points. I mean, there was that battle with the dying flames we fought and couldn't beat the first time. But I came back some levels later after exploring other parts of the world because we had other things we could do at the time. So I wouldn't really count that as... That was a spot where we needed to grind up a bit, but we had other things we could do rather than just sitting around a town and battling enemies. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really spend time level grinding, but there were so many encounters, you don't really need to. And we, like I said, we made it through the rest of the battles and the boss fights. At least without too much trouble. Money-wise, this game feels really weird when it comes to money. It feels like, you know, the first part before you get the boat, you're kind of struggling for money. You know, you're buying stuff, kind of like a normal Dragon Quest game that I'm accustomed to. You know, you can't necessarily buy everything, so you gotta pick and choose. But then, as the game goes on, like once you get the boat, you almost don't need to use money. And I spent very little money after that until we got to the underworld where everything was... Oh, hey, there's my name. Where everything was... super duper expensive.
Fear not, for I will see that thine offspring grows into a fine leader of the land.
It just felt really weird, even compared to other Dragon Quest games.
I promise, nay, I swear, upon my name, the name of Hargon.
Hargon. Alright. To be continued in Dragon Quest 1. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. Since I already played Dragon Quest 1 and 2 on the channel, I am not going to do the HD 2D remakes of those. I guess we'll save to a new file. And I have to give my final grade for the game. I'll give it a B-. It's not my favorite RPG, but it was a pretty decent time. But the more I played it, the more I just... Like, the further I went along in the game, the more I was just kind of wishing that it would come to an end. So that kind of weighed it down for me a bit, along with those other things that I talked about. But I guess that's going to be all for me for now, so we're going to put Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake to bed. This has been Late Night Mega. Good night, everyone.